5 texts to make him love you. Okay, so 5 texts to make any man fall in love, flirting tips via text. So texting is a crazy topic. Why? Because, well, first of all, men normally hate texting because it becomes a nuisance. And that's why this video is so great, because it's gonna give you texts that not only make him wanna reply, yes, but also makes him feel a spike of true desire and actually builds the blocks of love. Now, when you know these 5 types of text, you're gonna be able to actually use texting to trigger powerful feelings of love, desire, him missing you, etc., etc. And it's gonna be really helpful, and it's really convenient, and you're also gonna understand what not to do, because that's as important as what to do. So I'm also going to give you a specific do not send list of texts at the end. So you really need to make sure you pay attention to that, because the mistakes will kill any of the positivity from the good text that I'm gonna give you. So you gotta have both. Hey, it's Erin, your personal love expert, back again on the channel where we make men make sense. Vixen Daily. If you wanna know the 5 texts that make him love you, write "I'm ready" right now in the comments while the intro plays. This video has been requested so many times, so I hope you guys enjoy. But before we dive into today's video, I have a very small favor to ask. If you like this video, any of my videos, anything about me, if you like what I'm wearing, leave me a big like, a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, tell people all about it. Now let's dive right into the number 1 thing that I want to describe for you, which is the random text. So, a random text is good. Men like to be surprised. Men like random things, random out of the blue. So I decided to randomly go horseback riding today as an example. Hadn't been in 10 years. So refreshing. Hee. What does this mean? Why is that a good text? It seems random, right? It is. So men like women who entertain themselves, who have things that they enjoy. Men like to learn random facts about you of things that you love. So whether it's horseback riding, yoga, juggling, ceramic painting, something that's interesting enough that you miss doing it, or something that you enjoy doing but you don't necessarily do all the time, just tell him something that he doesn't know about you that you like to do. Don't make it up though. See, a lot of women fall into this trap where they know a guy likes rocker chicks or, certain types of girls, so they kind of try to pretend to be someone else. That's not really a good idea. I know a woman who literally habitually lies about doing yoga for some reason to guys, always. That's like her catchphrase. She'll be chilling in bed and then she'll say, "Just got back from yoga." That's kind of not that big of a deal. I mean, that's innocent enough, but the point here is, it's not a good habit to just lie and make things up. Like, for example, if you hate skydiving, don't say, "Hey, I just jumped out of a plane, babe." I mean, he's gonna then be like, "Oh yeah, you wanna go?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, actually, I lied." So just don't do that. It's not a good thing to lie. It's better to actually show a real part of you. So let me know in the comments what that thing is. So what's something that you like to do? What's something random about yourself that you enjoy? Let me know in the comments, because I really want to hear from you, and you'll be prepared for when you send this text. So number 2 is let him know that something specific reminded you of him. So, "Oh my God, I saw the Star Wars special edition thingy that you mentioned," or, "I saw that thing, like a Star Wars thing, and it reminded me of you because I remember you said how much you loved Star Wars as a kid." Whatever it is. How to make a man fall in love with you and make him love you is honestly possible when you stop thinking about how to make a guy fall in love with you, when you stop thinking about how to attract men, when you stop thinking about how to make him fall in love with you, and instead actually let him know that you are a human being who is beyond that. You don't just think about it. You don't think about what to text him. You text him something that's real. You felt something, it reminded you of him, and you sent it. Don't just obsess and send things because you think that you have to text. Only send him a text when something is authentic and real. So don't do this all the time. If you saw something though that reminded you of him, or something he said, like a certain type of architecture or a certain type of pool or like an infinity pool, whatever it is, let him know, and that's it. Don't overdo it. And you can also compliment him. So the third text is a direct text. So men are sometimes unsure if you're interested in them and kind of like when a woman will initiate a plan. So ask for a specific date. Like say, hey, you want to go to the movies tomorrow? So he'll like that you're not playing games and you have the confidence to outright say it. Like, hey, I want to hang out. It's actually refreshing. Guys like to be picked up on too. Don't go overboard. If he says, no, I don't want to go tomorrow, don't say, well, how about dinner earlier? Don't do that. But do initiate and then be okay if he doesn't reciprocate. That's the secret across the board. So playing games is bad. It's refreshing when a girl is just honest about what she wants to do. If you want to go to dinner, if you want to go to a movie, if you want him to, accompany you to some event, ask him. But if he says no hard feelings, don't get upset. If you're going to get upset, don't text him. So, these flirting tips via text and general flirting tips are going to help you when texting your crush. And I want to mention something because texting to make a man fall in love with you is kind of a huge promise. And it's not really realistic to think about just yet. It's actually a bad way to think about this. So I want you to think about it more like these will be texts that will make him want you, texts that will possibly ignite obsession, and they're kind of flirty texting. So it's not necessarily going to build love right away because love is built, but it is going to definitely build building blocks toward possible love. Number 4 is the funny text. So how to text guys. Texting tips for women include laugh, embracing your silly side, and saying something that you found funny. Send a funny YouTube link, send anything funny, a news article that's funny or anything. Men like to laugh. Everyone likes to laugh. So just do it. Number 5 is a really smart thing to do when you want to genuinely get advice about something that a guy you like is interested in. So let's say a guy is great at computers and you are confused about something. So you send him a text asking for specific advice in a subject matter he's an expert in. So if he knows about cars, you can ask about cars only if you actually have a question and are actually interested. Don't just fake this. It's going to be tiring and it will come off as fake, and that is a huge turnoff. But if it's genuine, ask him. He will feel flattered. Don't go too far though. Don't blow smoke up his butt, going, above and beyond, oh my God, you're so this. Just don't do that. Just be balanced about it. So now, as I mentioned in the beginning, I have some tips of general rules that you need to follow. So don't text him too much, ever. Less is always more. Always, always. Less is more. Just remember that as a general concept. So the next thing is don't expect constant back and forth dialogue because it's not going to happen. The next is not to ignore your life and your friends when you're out just because you are getting a response from the guy. So that's a really common trap, and I've seen it a lot. So a woman will be waiting for a text, and then the guy, of course, responds finally when she's out to dinner. And instead of just responding later, she'll sit on her phone because she thinks it's the only time he's ever going to respond, and she has to latch onto it and then respond constantly only when, he's available. That comes off as needy. That makes him feel like you're really always there, and it's just not a good thing to do. Be happy in your life. Live your life. Don't just drop things because he sends you a text. Never send a barrage of texts in a row. Ever. Ever, ever. Men hate that. And the trick here is it has to be mutual for anything to progress. So for love to happen, you have to have a mutual increasing of both your interests. So you text, if he doesn't respond, don't keep texting. You can send another text at a later date, but don't just go boom, boom, la, la. That will make it unreciprocal. Wait for him to respond to you, and then you can move forward. Now, never send angry or accusatory text, or he just won't respond, or he will be terrified to respond to you. The next thing to do is don't take texting too seriously, and don't update him on every single thing that you're doing because it kills mystery. He won't be able to miss you. So less is more, and don't take it too seriously. So you have to be okay with however long it takes for him to reply. Even if he never replies, you have to be okay with it. And You have to be okay with him taking a few hours to respond. You'll find that when your attitude towards texting with a guy is easygoing, your texting will actually feel fun. You'll actually make him feel like there's no pressure. He won't feel like he must text back. And having this attitude is gonna make a huge difference. He's gonna actually text you more. After all, you don't wanna be stressing him out without realizing it, do you? You want him to always feel like communicating, and you want to make him feel like it's always fun and easy, right? So what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your personal texting tips in the comments. Ask me questions about specific texts you want to send before sending them. Be sure to also hit like and comment on this video with your thoughts on this topic. Share this video as well if you found it helpful, and it lets YouTube know to recommend this video to more people and really helps me out. So I'd really appreciate if you share and like it, and I will see you next time.